Hello and welcome to my channel, Compass Starlight. I thought I would take advantage of the full moon and the live music playing in the house. It's a nice added feature. Could draw a few cards here and what? The year is almost over. Yes, so change. It's up to you. You could always get a storage unit and live in it. Pay for rent. Also translates to bayfront. Could always get a storage unit, live in it, bayfront. Live in a net. Live in a net. Live in a net. Bayfront. Well, that sounds like being trapped, right? Alright, I had 3 cards flipped. Let's see. Faith. Saturn. Poetry. $40. 47. 27. Yep, I don't do very well reading backwards. Huh. Alright, what else? Yes, so the intuitive messages, the channeled messages, those have to do with twin flame. The change, the acceptance, the recognition, but also the recognition of the inability to connect at this time. There's still healing that needs to be done. There's still something about the connection. Healing is just, if you try to push it, it won't mesh well right now. But you don't want to be stuck living in a net bayfront, right? You don't want to be stuck in a tightly knit community. There's a need for expansion, and that's the change, and you're in charge of that change for yourself. What else? That person, if you're feeling that you're on that twin soul journey, that person maybe made you question everything you see, everything that you perceive. And the difficulty with that is that maybe in the past, that which you have seen or perceived was misconstrued. So if it was something that was misunderstood, it was like a lie, a deceit that you told yourself, that you allowed yourself to believe. And now you're at a point where you've grown enough to be able to discern what is real or not. You don't want to be in a position where you will deceive yourself, but it's kind of like being at that threshold where you know that that is something, you recognize that that is something that you have done in the past, and now as you're coming to that precipice or to that edge, you don't want to take the path that leads you toward the misconception. So number 40 is faith, something with which we're should be very familiar. I just maybe a couple more messages. Let me just check into my notes here about that twin flame. Oh yeah, that like you manifested just what you wanted, everything that you wanted. But then when you're faced with that presentation of manifestation, it's like such a surprise and a shock that you're in a position where don't feel prepared for it, at least maybe at some point in the recent past, if you've come to face with it, you weren't expecting it. You manifested it, but you weren't expecting it. And so then when you come face to face with this, it's a challenge to yourself to accept that A, like, that's what you ordered, and B, it's just for you, and C, take the gift and recognize it. And it's coming to terms with that. Do I deserve this gift? And I don't know what to say. People say sometimes that if you don't recognize the gift, or if you turn it away, that the universe sort of says, fine, if you don't want it, see if I give you what you want again in the future. Meaning, like, if you can't take the gift now, if you don't appreciate the gift now, then why would you deserve anything else in the future? It's not always easy to have appreciation for everything, including the hardships, the struggles, the experiences, the things that we often construe as being negative. That's why there's always appreciation for all the things that you want, as well as the things that you don't want, because in your recognition of what you don't want, you're more apt to receive what you do want. Probably things you've heard before. If you have come face to face with it, it was just what you wanted, and maybe you did recognize that, but didn't know how to fully step into that and embrace it. And honestly, I don't know where the path goes from there. It depends a lot on how each individual handled that face to face. But chances are, if there was an inclination in the mind, and possibly in the 5D, either or, you wanted to jump, you wanted to take the leap, but couldn't, didn't know how, had too much fear, too much doubt, whatever it was. And will that opportunity arise again? Possibly. But in the meantime, now is not the time, because they're both divine partners have to kind of rebalance and figure out where and how to integrate the healing from those experiences, and the healing from past experiences that imposed a bias to that experience of coming to face. Because if in your past what you receive is not for you, 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 and then you encounter that which is for you, one would be inclined to believe that in the past it was not for me, these things, these experiences, this partner was not for me. Why would this one be for me? But again, it comes back to that principle of believing it and having faith in it in order to manifest it, and not the other way around. You believe it so that you see it. You don't see it to believe it. It's a lesson. It's a lesson that brings a lot of abundance into life if you can learn the lesson. You encounter the abundance. So to deny that either of the divine partners exists, right? To deny that either the divine masculine or the divine feminine, as they're called, we all have both within us, Often they're not balanced, and we have to integrate the divine masculine and the divine feminine within in order to find the balance within. And then, upon achieving that balance, can embrace in a healthy journey with the twin. To deny that either divine party exists would be to deny the love, and that is a huge part of what we're here to live and experience, is love. And denying that is really a disservice to oneself, and also it's dishonor to the divine spirit, to the divine source. What else came in? Don't give up the ship. Time after time. I don't have more insight on those phrases. So, as I was saying, you have to have faith and believe it in order to see it, not see it to believe it. And faith is the first card we've drawn, I drew today for the collective, for the full moon in Cancer, card number 40. In respect to tradition, adopt the wisest and noblest ideas. And in that sense, it's a matter of the wisest and noblest ideas of honoring that divine, by honoring your value and your worth, knowing within that you deserve what you get. And you do, you always deserve what you get. So how can you alter what you get? By changing your behavior and the way that you move through life, like with the noblest intention, so that when you get what you deserve, it is something of a higher elevation, something of a higher frequency, something that is wanted, something that is desired, something that is seen as abundant and loving and fruitful. The next one is 47, which is Saturn. I don't know if Saturn is active at the moment. Isolation. Always think before acting. This is key. This is that point. Instead of pushing things with an agenda, pushing things in pushing things. A little tongue tied. Instead of pushing things with an agenda, instead of pushing in a direction, because even if you believe and have faith in this sort of final outcome or trajectory, right now we're not at a place where that can come together in a healthy way. And so you have to give this space for that healing, for that growth, for that reflection, for that digestion, even if it's self-digestion. In the tarot, it would be equivalent to the Four of Swords, that rest, that integration, and looking for the blessing, asking for the blessing, for the divine direction to guide you, and the guidance of the blessing, which is often seen in the stained glass window above the reposed soldier, the reposed knight. That was 47. That was maintain and excuse me, I beg your pardon. Always think before acting. So that's currently the energy, and perhaps that has to do with or it connects equally with Mercury being retrograde. Oh, and the Full moon in Cancer. Reflecting on what is and what has passed, and this reflection maybe can offer some brighter light and illumination as to what's been going on, both within the divine self and within the divine twin. The last one is 27. It is poetry, and interesting. I'm looking at what we see here in the cards. Right. With faith, there's the dog. Fidelity, loyalty. The protagonist is also holding a cup, which is often a symbol of emotion. Remarkably, there is a coin in the cup, and as well the protagonist is holding a baton, also equivalent to the wand. So we have here the cup of emotions, the coin of the earthly realm, the baton of the fire energy. What are we missing? The sword. I don't see it anywhere depicted here on this card, and so what is lacking is that sword of truth, that clarity, which is why Saturn has asked us to go within, right? To look for that clarity, to be illuminated, to take the isolation and go within in order to find that clarity. I know this doesn't focus that well. Yeah, all the figures. I see them as babies, and then there's the one in the hand of the protagonist, and it is nude. So if the others are children, the one in the hand would be the baby. Also, there is either, I think it's called a scythe. Is it a scythe? A sickle? Something like that for harvesting. Saturn's rings of time. So this tool of harvest, I've never really been sure if it's a winged dragon or if it's a carving on the handle to look like one. This does represent, in that sense, a little bit of fire energy, the depiction of the dragon, the passage of time, time after time, yeah. That was in the channeled message, I don't know why. Saturn, 47. Always think before acting. Perhaps the little infants or children are the younger you, having learned from the experiences of the past in younger years. And here we have the maturity to reflect, to find the clarity from experience and from divine wisdom and knowledge that one might gather as the hermit. Okay, now finally on to 27. 27 is poetry, purification, reveal emotions in private. Oh, this is one of the few cards in which the protagonist is reclined here. There's a lot of water here depicted with the protagonist. Right in the one hand, there is a pitcher or vessel. Why? What's going on here? It seems like a musical instrument, right? An instrument of air, like a flute. And then it appears to be a water fountain over the shoulder. And then another little pond on the other side down by the knee. Is the protagonist taking the pitcher and pulling the emotions from the fountain and pouring them into the earth, taking what from heaven and bringing to the earth below with emotion? They say to manifest, you need to feel the feelings of what it is, of that which you are trying to manifest, to feel it. And in feeling those feelings, you manifest from that point. Live and act like you already have that which you want. When you find the joy in the feeling of the experience of having, pulling from the emotional realms and bringing that down to earth and making it real here on earth, just as the magician does, using his tools to bring that which is above, so below. There's one other thing I need to look at here in this picture, though. A couple things. Okay. Well, there are two other things here about which I'm curious. One is below here appears to be a sphere. It has within it the stars of the heavens and the hills of the earth. Again, is that to symbolize the alignment of bringing that which is above and making it real here in the now, in the present, on this plane of earth, making it real in the 3D. And the other item is the laurel around the head of the protagonist. So I can't recall, but I believe that the laurel wreath is a symbol of knowledge, or it is the symbol of purity. So I'm just gonna take a look, because I didn't know I needed to look it up before the reading, because I just drew the card. Oh, the laurel wreath, the symbol of victory, honor, and peace. Victory, honor, and peace. The laurel wreath, oh no, was used by the ancient Greeks. Symbol of Apollo, and the leaf itself was believed to have spiritual and cleansing abilities. Wreaths were awarded to the victors of the Olympics and poetic competitions, so that makes sense. The wreath being the crown of the victor. You see that in the tarot card, the Six of Wands. But there is something about knowledge. I know that. Let me see here. Yes, they're still associated with academia. Ah. Apparently Romans celebrate their graduates with laurel wreaths. Alright, I don't know if there's more to it. But I like it. I'll take that. Victory and honor. Is this perhaps a completion then? Taking your faith, having faith in the path that you are walking, not forcing, not pushing, and yet going within to find the wisdom from experience and being open to your own value and that which you deserve. The blessings from Source, the abundance, and coming out with victory. Express your emotions in private. That may be the soul's growth, which is the end result of having gone through the repose, the integration. Alright, let me take a look and see if there are a couple yes, maybe a couple tarot cards for the moment, for the full moon. Let's see what we can get here. Not the whole deck, not half of it. All my stones. It was quite interesting last night. I went outside the night prior to the full moon and it was like a spotlight. I thought maybe I took a couple pictures in the dark because did they come through? They came through. You know, with the phone, with the tablet. Doesn't do it justice, but it was able to pick up the differences in the shadows. It was just a particularly illuminating time of night, time in the moon phase, and lo and behold, there it was, still looking pretty much like the full moon, and just really shining brightly like a spotlight. And part of that may have been some light refraction from the sun to the moon, from the moon to the clouds, the fog, the crystals of water in the air. Didn't seem like it because it was a very clear day where I was, and as the night came in, it was still it appeared to be very clear, although those crystal formations from water could have been beginning, right? Temperature was very warm yesterday. Christmas, about 50 degrees. And where I live, we've definitely had plenty of white Christmases, so it was unusual, and it may be the future norm. But that's neither here nor there. What is the point? That today, when the sun came up, it was very foggy here on the coastline, and you could not see. You couldn't see anything. I think I saw one lobster buoy out into the water, and you couldn't see a half mile out. It was amazing. Out over the water. There was so much fog. It was very heavy, and the sun just gave it this wonderful glow, almost like a halo. It was beautiful. And what else? Okay, we have the King of Cups that just came out. Yes, what else? So the water in the air. Yes, fog is the water in the air. And the vapors, water in the air, because we're dealing, getting to the point that you have Cancer full moon, Cancer, emotions just clouding that full moon. Yeah. Obscuring the light, the illumination of the full moon. It's the emotion of water. Not the emotion of water, but the emotion represented by water. Alright, we also have what? Six of Wands. Six of Wands in the reverse, though. I don't really enjoy reading reversals. Well, apparently my whole deck is reversed, but the King of Cups came out upright, so I'll just go with the flow here. King of Cups, Six of Swords, Six of Wands. And she has that wreath there. This is the Light Seers Tarot, okay? King of Cups, right by the water. Yep. He's got some light behind his head. The protagonist has some light behind their head. Very light hair. Is that the illumination coming in? Is that hope for it? Oh, touching into the bowl of emotions. Great. So what is this? Not quite getting there. There's the laurel crown. The card is in reverse. Maybe it's just going to take more time. We have the Strength card and another card just turned out together. Let's see what these are. Strength and the Ten of Wands. Okay. Oh, I see. I see. This is having the strength to walk away from the emotions. Not to shut them down, just it's not entirely to walk away from the emotions. It's just knowing when to, it's not even cut your losses necessarily. It's a point, right? The cup full of emotion, and gotta level it out. And we talk about having a cup that overfloweth, right? You share with others from what overflows, great. But when it comes to self-integration, when it comes to self-exploration, in this particular example, I'm suggesting that there's so much emotion within that cup, and you can only focus on what is within the cup. All that might be spilling over the edges, it's too much to clean up. It's too much. There's a point where you sort of have to get up and walk away. And I think that's why we have the Six of Wands in reverse. You have to have the strength to put down the burden. The Ten of Wands. This is, packing up, moving on from the burdens. So where are you finding, yep, getting a deeper message now. Where are you finding that your emotions are either they're spilling over because there's too much going on? And where can you cut the balance? Where can you level that cup off? In other words, if you have too much going on and Your cup is spilling everywhere as you're holding this full cup and you're running from here to there, right? Where you're giving your attention, you're giving your energy, you're giving your consideration, your love, your care. Something has to be cut out, something has to be eliminated. You can only do so much. And with less running around, you'll spill less water. You have to have the strength to balance this out and turn this upright. The Six of Wands to come out with some kind of victory here. You have to have the strength to cut out some of these things that are posing as burdens, some of these things to which you are giving that are really not of the highest priority to self, to you, on your path, etc., etc. There was another card that flipped when I was shuffling, but it landed face down. So let's see. It's the Three of Pentacles in reverse. This is the stoplight. Three of Pentacles. This card is about building together, working together, achieving a common goal, coming together with different perspectives. In this deck, it represents as a stoplight. Is that just a random artistic rendition? It's actually a kind of tapestry that's being woven together and painted, but it looks like a stoplight. To me, this is like, do not pass go, keep going. You have to keep going, because if you don't, you're gonna get stopped. You're gonna get stopped in your tracks. It's actually, that's a contradictory message. What am I saying? I'm saying you have to let go of something. You have to have the strength to let go of something so that you can put the Six of Wands upright and be victorious. While at the same time, I'm saying this act of working together, the Three of Pentacles, and building something beautiful together as an effort and teamwork is halted at the moment. And that's okay for the time being, because with the card of Saturn, you want to take the time. You want to take the time to rest, to integrate. I mean, I'm surprised the Four of Swords didn't come up, but I might take a couple more cards. Let's see how long I can make this video. It's fun, whatever. It's my time. The music stopped though. I don't even know if I'll be able to get another card because, let's see. Oh, they do want to talk to me further. Ten of Cups in reverse. Ten of Cups in reverse. Yeah, we've got a problem here. That's really what you want. You want that feeling of satisfaction and contentment, the feeling of security and achievement, like wish fulfillment, personal wish fulfillment, personal abundance. I mean, that stuff that's really yours and comes out of your heart, the things that you really wish and hope for, those deepest desires, the things that make you feel safe, appreciated, valued. And it's not coming together right now. Spirit, what else can you tell me? What else can you tell the viewers? What other messages do we have to share with the viewers? Alright, we got a few more cards. Six of Cups. Three of Cups. Four of Pentacles. No Four of Swords, though. And the Queen of Pentacles. Oh, I put them back all backwards. Six of Cups, Three of Cups, Four of Pentacles, and Queen of Pentacles. I mean, at least we have more upright energy. What do we have? Six of Cups. Interesting. That fidelity. That loyalty. Be true, yeah. To thine own heart, be true. It may be harder than it looks. But by staying true, you can have that celebration of the Three of Cups. That Four of Cups can have so many different meanings. Hold on to what you truly value. Hold on to your dreams. And I say that because that, even if she has to spread pentacles, spend some money, give some energy, in the end, she's going to be left with the one that really matters. The protagonist here is the Queen. And the protagonist holds on to the coin of the most value and grows that energy. Let's do a goddess oracle. I mean, if we're making a long video, might as well. What is this? Oh, Doreen Virtue. It's a secret because she doesn't like anybody using these cards anymore, I think. That's what I heard. That's what the rumor said. Alright. I heard that. It's like she stopped believing in oracles and tarot. Alright, what I do know is we're getting low. We're running out of time here. I don't know if I can even have so much data. Let's just get one card. What I'm doing here is I'm going to split this deck out into 3 piles. Yes, because... And then I'm going to take the top card. Siege. Siege? Siege? Siege. I honestly don't know how to pronounce that. Quiet time, though. It's appropriate. Take some quiet time alone to rest, meditate, and contemplate. Okay. It's advice. It may not be what you want to hear. If you're anxious, if you're nervous, if you have anxiety, same thing as being anxious. If you're excited with anticipation, just rest. Rest. Quiet. Why? Everything changes. Everything is constantly changing. You just have to go with the flow. Everything changes. So if things don't look on the surface the way that you would like them to, according to your agenda, go within, rest, and consider, why do you have the agenda in the first place? And consider that maybe the divine has a better plan. Maybe Source can show you other solutions. I'm going to pull another oracle card. How dare I? This is the Starseed deck. It's the face I make when I shuffle. When I do a good job shuffling. A riffle. Alright, let's see. Consider that Source has a higher plan for you. Is that so hard? Is that so impossible? One more. One more. Yep. Okay, I'm going to cut this deck as well. And then breath of the cosmos, my will to thy will. Yeah, that's a perfect. It's a perfect card here. Breath of the cosmos, my will to thy will. Micromanaging the universe. Yeah, you gotta let that shit go. No matter how you plan, no matter how you form those blueprints, no matter what, you know the universe. Interesting, huh? The universe always throws you a curveball. It's true. Always. The universe is always bringing a curveball in. So just trust the divine. You don't have to do everything. You can just surrender and leave it up to the divine. Have that faith, have that trust, have the wisdom to have faith and trust in the divine. That's great. That's a great message. Thank you. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you to my gods. I like it. Thanks for coming to my channel. Compass Starlight. Be well.